It's a late night, and if you're not sleeping, you're jaking off. The Jaking Off Show is brought to you by J.G. Wentworth. J.G. Wentworth, if you don't pay those motherfuckers back, you're gonna be stabbed with bayonets by a choir of people in fucking colonial costumes on a fucking bus. J.G. Wentworth, pay them back or you will be stabbed. Now that our pants are off and we're nice and relaxed, let's start the party. Oh my goodness. I had just come from I did two open mics tonight. The first one, holy fucking shit. Oh no. This was probably the most dark and depressing school shooter vibes, suicide fucking open mic I had ever watched. And I've been to a good share of open mics that are pretty much downers the whole time because everyone bombs. And, you know, that fucking happens. But this was particularly dark. Just comic after comic after comic. Just really low energy. Looking at their notes and shit. And, you know, I'm not so bothered by that anymore. That used to really bug me, bringing your notes on stage. But it's an open mic. People are working shit out to, you know, like a litmus test sort of thing. So I'm more tolerant and understanding of the notebook steez. I'm not on board with it. I'm not going to do that ever. But, you know, whatever makes you get better. I don't think it does, but if it does for you, cool, whatever. But, and this one guy spent he spent more than his time with his back face to the audience, talking, like, not even really, he had a couple of good jokes, but a lot of it, he opened with, I was going to kill myself. And, like, on the real, I've gone through depression, I've thought about killing myself, you know, but that's not the place, man. Whatever, maybe he's just trying to get it out, you know, whatever keeps him from actually doing it. Whatever, but just, it's a comedy show, man. Like, work on your act. If it's to help you heal, cool, good, but like, I'm sorry, dog, I'm here to laugh. And then one guy was just bombing, like, oh man, I can't even tell you. This dude had a bowl cut. And he looked like Dylan Roofer, the fucking Charleston shooter. If you don't know who he is, he's that white kid that shot up all those black people in was it North Carolina? Whatever, Charleston. That's the name of the town. Horrible thing. But he looked like that guy, and I went up after him, and I was just like fucking with him, you know, give it up for school shooter vibes. All right, you know, and you know, it's jokey, joke, laugh, sort of thing. Because what I like to do is that if whoever's following me, or no, whoever I'm following, if they look like someone, a celebrity or a famous person or whatever, I'm gonna say discount Fat Albert, discount Vin Scully, discount T.J. Miller, like whoever the fuck, whoever. And I called this guy discount Dylan Roofer, give it up for school shooter vibes, and people laughed. It was just a joke. But he had like the Ben Stein like monotone, like his energy was really low. And I don't think this guy understood that I was just fucking with him. Just riffing, you know, just starting off on a gamble, just going with, you know, whatever thought is at the top of my head at that moment before going on. Sometimes I'll do that, but if I don't have that in my back pocket right away, I won't say anything. But I was just joking, you know, it's just whatever. And he's standing at the corner of the room by the door, just menacing, like that kind of Stanley Kubrick kind of menacing, where he makes the main actor kind of lower their forehead and sort of point it at the screen. You know, look at Clockwork Orange, look at The Shining. Like, he's just menacing. He is just brooding with hate, and I felt that in my chest. And I'm just like, come on, man, I'm just fucking around with you. Just you know, just sit down. Let's have a good time. And then he left the room. But before he left the room, I opened with a joke about me going to a performing arts college, and you know that got a chuckle. He walks out the door, and I do the rest of my material. I do the rest of what I wanted to work on, and there was some new stuff that I tried. You know, not a bullseye, but I hit the target. If that makes any sense. And I did the rest of my set, what I had planned, and I watch one other guy, and I give the MC a quick fist bump, and I walk out the door, and I see him sitting down, and he is locked on to me, man. This guy is locked on. Now, I feel a fight coming. This guy, I'm looking at this guy, he wants to fight me. And I'm about to pass him. He looks at me in the eye and goes like, "Hey, performance artist." He remembered that joke before he left. So he remembered that joke, either A, because it was funny, or B, that's the last thing he heard me say when he walked out, and he didn't forget for the rest of the time that dude was out there. And I got the vibe off this guy that he wanted to square off, and I just had immediately like squashed it in my head. Just ignored him, kept walking. There was a lot I wanted to say, you know, but I don't want to fight nobody. You know, I don't want to stir up anything. I don't want to cause shit. I just want to be out the door. Also, I got to get the fuck out of there anyway because there was another mic I was headed to, and I wanted to make that. So I had to go do that. I'm not sticking around. My networking's on the stage. I'm out the gates. I'm out. I'm going somewhere else. Either it's another mic or I'm going home or whatever. I'm out the door. I'm done. I don't want to hang out. I don't go to hang out. Maybe at maybe some friends are there, you know, I'll hang out, but not at an open mic where you're just practicing. But this guy in size, I could take him. I could take him. But you know, it's not even about that. Like this dude was taller than me, so he you know, quicker reach, but sweep the leg and run if it came down to it. Like, I hate thinking about that. Like, I squashed it, I walked out the door and I ignored him, but I knew he wanted to fight and he wanted to argue. And knowing how I would get otherwise, it would have, you know, come to shoving if it didn't come to punches before we got separated. 'Cause, you know, the fight or flight thing. I don't want to waste my time wiping the blood off this guy's hands. Like, yeah, I've got some balls now saying this because, like, it's post-event. And, you know, it's one of those things where, like, you have all the brilliant shit you could have fucking said during the argument, but post-argument, but all those thoughts come in post-argument. You don't have anything clever. You don't have anything off the cuff right away. And you always come up with the good ones after the fact. Like, you know, verbally. It was like, hey, come on, school shooter vibes. Like, calm down. Like, I'm fucking with you. Chill the fuck out. But, you know, I wanted to say that to him, and I didn't say that to him. And I'm kind of glad I didn't, because he probably would have been legit offended by that, even though I said it on stage and I was joking. Well, you know, there's some truth in there. Dude had really, really monotone, really low energy, sounded like Ben Stein. He looked like Dylan Roofer. And I'm just like, this guy's a fucking maniac. You know, let's not make fun of him, because that's what'll make him fucking snap. You gotta be friends with the crazies, right? Anyway, I don't like that. I don't like thinking that shit, man. I don't like thinking of ways to fuck someone up, or thinking of ways to escape a dangerous situation. I don't like thinking that, and it's not the path that I'm on, because the moment came and went. It's whatever. But for a second, I scanned this dude. I scanned this dude for a quick second, and I didn't say nothing to him, and I just kept walking. I'm glad he didn't follow me, because he probably was looking at me like he was gonna fucking lose. I'm normally not confident in my physical abilities, and you know, if I have to take someone down, but I'm pretty lean. I'm not shredded, but I'm toned. I'm fit. I work out a lot, so I've got some endurance. And this dude was just a stick, about 6'4", about as tall as the homie Hunter. Yeah, tall motherfucker, but lanky, really lanky, you know. This looks like a man that can be physically broken. But he just had this scowl, this rage, this anger that I didn't want to go near. I'm like, dude, you're making me want to be your best friend so you don't snap and shoot everyone in this fucking bar right now. Ugh. And it wasn't just him. There was a lot of other comics that kind of had that going. There were some funny people. And there's a guy, Mike Perkins, at Mike Perkins. Subscribe, dude. No, it was fun seeing someone from Flappers who has who is, you know, not only a good host but is, you know, on the same in the same way, like I'm meeting people that whose material I enjoy that are in the same boat as me. And it's kind of humbling that there's a lot of people chasing this dream, this thing here, you know. And none of us exactly know how to do it, but we're doing it. And that's kind of all that matters. Yeah, but that was crazy. That was I'm hyping up too much to how crazy it was, but it just it made my second mic better. And that was at it's at a place I go to called Fourth Wall, and it's a place where you know, work out in your shit. It's a gym for other comedians, and a lot of people say bad shit about it, like oh you know, why would you pay $5 to bomb? That's bullshit. Like, yeah, you don't want to pay $5 to bomb, but you're gonna bomb regardless. You don't fucking avoid bombing by not going to places, you know. That's just one place that has a wide array of hours. If you're coming from, like, the open mic at the Haha was 6 o'clock, I was out of there by like 7:45, made it to the 9, and I don't have a car, so I walked the distance. But you know, got to hit the next one. You just got to keep moving. Yeah, and I told the story, or a shortened version of that situation for 2 minutes, and I didn't really get any laughs, but there's something there. There's something there. And I think doing this podcast can help me draw that out. I just learned that right now. That was an epiphany. 12 minutes in. Almost 13 minutes in. Ooh, 13. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Is there something going on? Is there some fucking synchronicity? You know, that's so dumb. Numbers 13 or 4 or 6 or you know, just or people that think about the fucking astrological signs, like, oh, I'm not gonna date you because you're a Leo or you're an Aquarius, or like, no, they don't fucking tell you how to feel stars in the sky. They don't tell you how to act or whatever. That's all bullshit. That's just, oh, my behavior, it can now be justified or excused because it's a fucking, you know, full moon on a Saturday and it's July or whatever, and Cancers really start glowing a bigger aura, and they just become fucking what? That there's people like that, like, oh, I need to go to my touch therapist to help realign my chakras. Fuck off with that. Oh man. And I'm a left field guy politically, and I was raised by hippies, and that's fucking bullshit. Oh, I worship the sun, and I charge my healing crystal in the ocean, and then I recharge it in the sun, and then I put it on me, and then I feel more powerful spiritually. Shut the fuck up. Namaste. Away from that. Ugh, no thank you. That's just too weird. Like, I consider myself a person of self-spirituality. I'm not trying to even be hoity-toity about it or whatever, but the my whole thing on where we go or who's in control of what is completely open to interpretation. The fucking you got to do like an astral projection of you and work on you, and there's only you. You know, who can stop you? You. Don't say no one can stop me or God guides me or whatever. Whatever God is to you, cool. And I'm not saying I'm God, but an autotheist, if we're all made in his image, we're kind of him, right? I don't know. I'm just trying to make sense of it, but you are the universe, and you are what and who you are. And only you are in control of you. You can believe whatever if it helps you grow as a person. I certainly have my moments. I've read a book or two about that sort of thing, but just I can't do people that are open about their spirituality talking about that kind of shit. I don't know, man. I think that's just some hobby that you're trying to monetize. Go capitalism. Just wait till the white people fucking start taking over the elote carts and using Venmo to fucking make that shit happen. Ugh, it's happening. It's gonna happen. I know it's gonna happen. This gentrification thing has gone so far off the fucking walls. I'm seeing crazier and crazier shit every day. There's kids and leashes and dogs and strollers. It's fucking backwards, man. There's just a lot of innovative yet weird shit going on. Just little shops here and there, and they don't look like they're popping. Small coffee shops or fucking places that like the fourth wall uses Venmo. Like I'm gonna put it as I'm gonna categorize it as one of those places. Like it seems like it makes money through an app, like a self-checkout kind of thing, an automation type of thing. And there's like one guy, there's like two guys, I don't know, that like run it. I don't know how it's run. What the fuck do I know? But like the way that money comes in is through an app, and it's not so physical. Like, yeah, they take cash, but like just the convenience of it. And I feel like apps like Venmo are going to, you know, like little girls with lemonade stands are gonna like have a jar like, oh, lemonade's a quarter. No, it's not gonna be that anymore. It's gonna be fucking like, we have Venmo, we do that. And it's just, now it's bad enough to be guilted into buying a box of Girl Scout cookies, but like those fucking people, like to say I don't have cash on me is not a fucking excuse anymore. Like it's all fucking digital. It's not on hand. And I'm seeing that with money, and it's moving on to other avenues, and it's kind of scary. Midnight ranting. Well, I needed to get that off my chest, man. That's fucking wild. And I'm going to go back on a lot of this stuff. There's something there. Whatever I just ranted on, there's something there. And that could be used for something on stage. And this is like a test. And anybody who listens to this podcast and comes to a show and be like, oh, I heard that joke before. Oh, I heard that on your podcast. Oof. That's when it gets even more complicated. Thinking ahead. Disgusting gurgle of drink. I think I had too much. I need to learn how to stay in the now. I get ahead of myself a lot. And it's definitely become more prevalent at work. Because a new job. I've talked about it before. I'm learning a new skill, and I go ahead of direction, assuming that is the direction. And there's a 50-50 chance that it's not. And I jump the gun, and it's like, man, you gotta listen, dude. What's going on with you? Get your head in the game, slow down, calm down. You're not gonna get fucking fired. You know? But just, let's dial it back a hair. Or 5. Let's crank that 10 down to about a 4. And that's a constant battle with me. I get so neurotic. I'm trying to change that. You know, I've been the way that I am for a long time, and I need to just fucking chill out. And anybody that says I seem calm, man, are you blind or am I just hiding it really well? I don't know. Alright. We're getting tired. We have work in the morning. You had a smoke your THC pen. Less potent than the other one, but it still makes me tired because it's a fucking indica. Oh, man. Indica. Slows everything down. Alright. I'm gonna go to fucking bed now. Signing off.